welcome to another exciting episode of Josh's Race Preview Show. Today we're going to be previewing this weekend's race, the Daytona 500. This is going to be a really exciting race. I'm pretty sure all of you guys, along with me, are really excited for this race to finally get underway in just a matter of days. So, it's getting closer. I'm really excited about it. But let's get the dates out of the way first, like we always do. The Daytona 500 will be, as it says on your screen, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. So hopefully you guys will be able to check it out. Just really excited for that race. So let's get it underway with highlights first. From what's happened over the past few days. So, we'll start off with what happened in the duels on Thursday. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won duel number 1. It was pretty dramatic fashion how he ended up winning that race because he had to start in the back of the field, and because of failing the post-qualifying inspection on Sunday for finding out who would be on the front row for the 500. So that's what happened with him. He ended up leading 21 laps, and he got to the front of the field around lap 35. So he definitely knew that he had a really fast car. So this is definitely something that all you junior fans are probably really happy about and stuff. So this was pretty cool too. Dale beat his teammate in the pole sitter, Jeff Gordon, by 165 thousandths of a second ahead of him, which was crazy to know that. And there was only one wreck. It was, I don't know if you guys saw it, but what happened was AJ Allmendinger got loose and he got into Johnny Sauter, and Johnny Sauter ended up going through the infield grass, and he ended up getting major damage to his splitter, and he wasn't able to continue the race. But lucky enough, he was able to get in a position where he was able to make the 500. So congratulations to Johnny Sauter. AJ Allmendinger, the same to him. He's in the 500. So yeah, that's crazy to know that even after a wreck they were still in it. But that's I don't really have much else to say on that, because that was cool to know that they were still in it, I guess. But so let's move on to what happened in duel number 2. The pole sitter for duel number 2, Jimmy Johnson, picked up the win in duel number 2. He ended up leading 40 laps in that race and beat Kyle Busch by 125 thousandths of a second ahead of Kyle. So that was pretty cool. That was really close finishes. So you always have to expect that at Daytona, though, because it's just the way it goes. So like I said earlier, Jimmy did start on the pole for that race, and there was 2 wrecks, and unfortunately some of the drivers that were in those wrecks weren't able to make the 500. The first one came on lap 37. Jeb Burton. They're saying he got loose, which I'm not quite sure about. To me, it looked like he spun out Sam Hornish Jr., but I don't really know. He ended up spinning Sam Hornish Jr. and collected Alex Bowman and Austin Dillon in the wreck, and all those guys weren't able to continue, but sorry guys. Austin Dillon was the only one that able to continue, because he only had splitter damage, and they were able to get a panel piece and fix the left front. for his car. So that was pretty impressive to see that happen. And then with just 3 laps to go, Denny Hamlin spun Danica Patrick and collected a couple cars. And Danica was not too happy after the race. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but she ended up going to give a talk to Denny, and it was pretty intense what happened there. She wasn't happy at all. She ended up getting wrecked in practice on Wednesday because of Denny, and I think it was the final practice. I don't remember. It was one of them. And ended up collecting Danica, and then obviously in the duel she got spun by Denny again, and she wasn't happy about it at all. So, but fortunately they both made the 500, so that's a good thing for them, you know. So, what else? Oh, Alex Bowman, these are the drivers that did not make the field for the Daytona 500. It was mostly the guys that really weren't competitive or got into trouble and a wreck or had like an engine failure or something. The drivers that didn't make the 500 were Alex Bowman, Jeb Burton, Ron Hornaday Jr., Justin Marks, Brian Scott, and Josh Wise. Those were the guys that missed the field for the Daytona 500. And now, the tricky part, it's the prediction part of the show, where I have to pick who I think will win the race. This is tough. I actually didn't even pick one person. I actually picked 3 that will contend, and I couldn't decide which one was going to win. But, you know, we'll see. The drivers that I'm debating on are Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Reason why is because all their cars throughout speed weeks have been fast. They're really quick, and all Hendrick Motorsports and Stuart Haas has been alright. I mean, but Hendrick Motorsports has been outstanding so far in speed weeks. So that's why I picked Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I picked Tony because I think this could be the year that he could win the 500. You know, this I feel like might be his best chance at it, but we'll see what happens on Sunday. But they all have a lot of wins at Daytona. Jeff Gordon has 6 wins at Daytona. 3 of them are the Daytona 500, and I'm pretty sure 3 are the July race at Daytona. So, and then Tony Stewart is got 3rd he has the 3rd most all-time wins at Daytona with 17. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has 15 wins and is tied with Cale Yarborough for the 4th all-time wins at Daytona. So I think there will be 2 big one wrecks involving around 10 to 15 cars. And, you know, like I said earlier, I couldn't pick who would win the race for the 500. So, you know, those 3 guys are definitely going to be huge contenders for the 500. I really apologize, guys. I just realized that I skipped a part of the that I was supposed to do after the highlights. But I want to give you a little information now. I'll have to make sure that I do this right next time. But I want to give you some information about the race. The race is 200 laps, 500 miles. There's 43 drivers, and this is easily the biggest race of the season for NASCAR, and they treat it like a Super Bowl in the NFL, so it's really a big race for NASCAR. So I wanted to And also, we'll talk about the winner from last year, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won this race last year in 2014. He ended up leading 54 laps. He's starting third for this race, but he's going to be last actually because, like I said earlier, he failed post-qualifying inspection on Sunday, and he has 2 wins in the Daytona 500, and he has 15 wins total, like I said, at Daytona, and is tied with Cale Yarborough in 4th. And the cool thing is also that he has half of the wins that his dad Dale Earnhardt had at Daytona, so that was pretty cool. But anyways, so guys, that's the end of the show here for the preview show for the Daytona 500. As you can see on your screen, once again, it says Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. And if you guys have any questions, please comment them in the comments below. I also want to know who you guys think will win this race. It's really big race, and I really want to see what you guys think. So, please let me know. And if you do ask questions, by the way, I will answer them in the next episode. So, hopefully you guys will. And, I'll see you guys in the next episode for, the race up in Atlanta. Bye, guys.